Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Epic, and we're back for some more 7 Days to Die. We are going to be starting a new series today. It's going to be the Rebirth overhaul with the Purge scenario on. So hopefully this goes well. It will not be a permadeath series, but I'm going to do my best not to have a ton of deaths, as always. I am not going to read all this stuff, but if you would like to read it for yourself, you can pause the video and read the tips, tricks, and all that stuff that these little icons give us. I will go over the basic premise of the scenario, the Purge scenario. Basically, they drop us in with some materials, or not materials, some weapons, tools, and a bicycle. We have to clear out the biome. Once we get to 75% of the biome cleared, the army will come in behind us, finish it, and we move on to the next biome. And then we just progress throughout. Instead of the wasteland being the hardest and end game biome, the burnt forest is in this mod, which makes sense to me, at least, because it's the one I hate the most. We get airdrops. It starts out with 75 zombie kills, and then every airdrop after the first one, it is 5 additional zombies. So it's 75, 80, 85, and so on and so forth. It may feel like it's OP that we got an M60 right off the bat, but we only have 100 bullets, and they will go extremely fast, and there are a ton of zombies. So we're going to be looking for a place to stay and call home. We don't have to worry about Horde Nights. I was going to try to add Horde Nights back in like Woodle did, but from what I am seeing and what I heard on the Discord, that was something that Ramsey did for him as a favor. It is not an option for us to do, and I don't know enough about the modding and stuff like that to be able to go in myself and do it. So we're not going to have Horde Nights. That's fine. It's probably going to be difficult enough for me without trying to add that in there anyway. But we are going the soldier class, so our main melee weapon will be axes, and our main gun will be machine guns. I know it's an M60. Eventually it goes to a railgun, if I'm not mistaken. We're going to try our best to keep up on levels with the M60, or with the guns. But it is not easy to do because ammo is not easy to come by. Early game, at least. Once we start getting the workstations and all that, and we can start making our own ammo, it'll make it a little bit easier, but it's still not the easiest thing in the world to do. When you hear that noise that you just heard, that dong, that means we have double XP. Or not XP, double damage. So that's when we will most likely start using our M60 to try to take heads off to even out the XP, weapon XP between the two. Oh, nice. Meat stew. Alright, so that all being said, we just cleared our first POI. You can pick up a lot of things in this overhaul because it's very hard early game to build your own storage. So we are going to be picking up a lot of boxes and refrigerators and stoves and things like that for storage. But we cleared this place out. We're going to head out and look for the closest town, because that will be most likely the closest trader, and then we will find a home close by there to call our own. Alright, so I will meet up with you guys when we find town. Alright, so we found town. I don't know how close we... Oh, well, never mind. There's the trader there. I was going to say I don't know how close we are to a trader, but we will... Once we get so far along, they will actually indicate where the tier 0 and tier 1, and then as we progress, it'll actually open up the rest of them and shows like the tier 2, tier 3s, things like that. To start out with, we're just going to do our absolute best to clear what we have around us. Look for the smaller ones that I know are a lower tier POI so that we can progress. So if you look at the bottom left corner of the screen, you will see where it says or in the middle there of that box, it says pine forest, and then it says 0.3%, one of two. What is that? 355, 365. It's small on my screen right now. That means we've cleared one of the 365 POIs available to clear in this biome, and we are at 0.3% clear in the of zombies in the biome. Oh, nice cooking pot. That is. Oh, and then just below that, it's. I can't see what the number is. Something out of 75. That is how many zombies we have killed out of the 75 that we need to unlock the next airdrop. And then the axes and machine guns, that is the level for each of those. As we progress on those, then we will be able to progress the soldier class as well. So right now machine guns surprisingly are higher than axes. So when we get either of them up to level 1, which is where we're at on machine guns, or on soldier I mean, then we will start progressing the soldier class. So the weapon has to meet the class level before we can get, or before we can level up the class. And then each time we level the class, we get a little bit better with the, I think it's the aura gets better. And same thing with the weapons and stuff like that. The higher we progress those, the better the weapons we can create. Right now we have a level 1 fire axe. As we kill more zombies and get the XP from that, then we will unlock the steel fire axe and the Viking axe, and then I don't know what goes above that, but eventually we get one that's like the Thor Stormbreaker axe, which is going to be awesome. And in all honesty, the entire reason I went soldiers. Alright, so we're going to try our best to clear this place without dying. It is a tier 2, so it is not going to necessarily be easy. Because we spawned in, what, a minute and a half ago. Yeah, I'm not messing with spiders. I will probably shoot them every single time I see them. And then this guy here is a guardian. So you see the little purple ring around the other guy. He is actually giving all the zombies around him a boost to their defense. I don't know if that's armor or what it is, but it does boost their defenses. There is a healing one, and then there's one that actually gives them a boost to their offensive abilities as well. I think the offensive one is a like scientist-looking guy. The defensive one is the one we just saw, and then the healing one is, I believe, a female nurse, female doctor. Let's go ahead and try that. Nope. We got that double XP, so might as well try to use it. Oh! Alright, so yeah, out of the 100 bullets we started with, we're already down to 55. So you can see how quickly those go away. But I've seen people in other creators' videos talking about how it's way too OP to get that kind of weapon right off the bat. And the amount of zombies you're killing, and especially in the Purge, I mean, we're clearing the entire world. Woodle's doing a series playing the Purge. His is called 7 Days to Save the World. It's pretty awesome. You should definitely go check him out if you don't watch him. He's one of the top content creators, in my opinion, for 7 days. So lots of fun to watch. And then, who else is playing Rebirth? Cap is playing Rebirth right now. He's not playing the Purge, but he is playing Rebirth. And I think that's the only ones I'm watching right now playing Rebirth. Yeah, this overhaul is awesome. I've played it in the past, and it is one of my favorites by far. I love the fact that it makes the zombies basically level up with you. Oh, where did you come from? Oh, and you. So yeah, as you get stronger, so do the zombies. So you never get to a point really where you're just destroying them like you would in vanilla. Or even, I mean, even in Darkness Falls, once you get to a certain point, it's not as hard even with the demonics coming after you, because you have the laser weapons and the powered armor and all that fun stuff. And in this one, with the Rebirth aspect and the the Ascension, the Rebirth, and the not the Survival of the Fittest. I forget what it is. But the different features that this one has that other ones don't. It just makes it a whole lot more, to me, more fun. Alright, so we're back up to 60 bullets, which one clip. We're going to do our best not to use the gun, or to not use the gun as much as possible until we start getting more bullets. Obviously, like I said before, I want to try to keep the progression of the two weapons somewhat close, or at least as close as we can with the ammo supply we have. But as limited as our ammo supply is, I don't want to run out and have an oh shit moment and we don't have any ammo to get out of it, and then we end up dying. Like I said, it's not going to be a permadeath series, but I also don't want to have 6 million deaths because we couldn't get out of our situations. Alright, looks like there's just one on this landing at least. There's that double. From what I'm seeing when it pops up, oh, that's false walls. We get 8 seconds when that, oh shit, where'd you come from? Oh wow, he just blew up walls. Oh, that's not good. Right. Luckily, it did not give us permanent radiation damage. Alright, but when we get the double damage, it looks like it's an 8-second buff, which is awesome. Alright, let's keep going. We've got 6 6 more zombies to kill. Come on. Just die. There we go. One more in there, yep. Alright, it says 5 plus, so it might actually still be 6. Oh yeah, now it's 6. It went from 4 plus to 6 plus. Ah, so close to getting that sneak damage. It's still 6 plus. What the heck? There's that double damage. There we go. Now it's 4. I'm confused. I don't think the game knows how many zombies are in this place. Ooh, Prussian blue. Nice. We don't need it right this minute. But now if we happen to get radiation damage, we can clear it up quickly. Alright. Oh. Three minus. You did? No. Alright, so we are done. This place is clear. We're now at 0.5% and we've cleared 2 of the POIs. I think this is going to be our base of operations. It's a nice big clear room. We could knock out that wall if we really wanted to. Into the bathroom, clear that out and have an even bigger room. For all of our crafting stations and storage, which will be nice. And we're right across from the trader, so we can go over there every morning and get a couple distilled waters and things like that. Alright, so we are going to take a few minutes and get our storage set up, get everything cleared out of that room and all that fun stuff. So I will meet up with you guys when we finish. Alright, we got that all done. Now it is time to clear the next POI. Truck park. Alright. This is a single skull, so it shouldn't be too bad. It says there are about 8 zombies in 6 areas. Oh, now it says 9. Yeah, I know it says that estimated entities is just that, an estimate, and it's not always going to be accurate, but the fact that it's fluctuating so much kind of cracks me up. But it's a tier 1, so there shouldn't be more than, I'd say 10 to 12 at most. And I'm so glad that in this one we don't have as many spitters as in Darkness Falls. And it's like 2/3 of the zombies in Darkness Falls spit at you. Ooh, popping pills. Anything good in here? Probably not, but let's hope. Oh, actually, yeah. There's, the aloe will allow us to make first aid bandages, and then there was first aid bandages in there, so. Or a first aid bandage, I think it was, but. Let's keep this killing going. And we're going to, ooh, nice, toilet pistol. We're going to pick up basically everything that we can sell. at least to start out with, because we're going to need a ton of money for the basically in this there are no skill points as you progress in the what the hell as you progress and get more like the strength, the dexterity, stuff like that. You can get mods to put in your gear and things like that to get better stats, but they all cost money. Getting the quests to get like the forge and all that cost money, so it is definitely something we're going to need a lot of money for. So we're going to pick up everything that we can so that we can sell it. Right, we are way too encumbered. So we're going to go ahead and get rid of those boxes we can get rid of. We can throw a couple mods on a couple things. And then we'll go drop some stuff in the bike. The one good thing about this overhaul, with there not being quests, we don't have to necessarily stay. We can jump out and go home, grab medical supplies, grab gear, make what we need to make, whatever, and then come back, and there's no penalty to it. Let's see, I need a little bit more. There we go, a little bit more cloth. All right, and we need duct tape. I don't know why this is not allowing me to make it. It's saying I don't have the necessary resources, but I have. Oh, I only have 5 of 7. I thought it was 5 pieces. I didn't realize it was 7 pieces. Yeah, cloth in this overhaul is definitely very, very, very important. Oh, that hurt. Oh, that's not good. Oh, he's gonna kill me. I got lucky there. That sounds like a booger. What is that? Not a booger, but we cleared it, so we're good. Let's go ahead and get home. Drop off this stuff because we are way too encumbered. Now we're going to need to find some honey soon, and then we'll head out to the next POI. Alright, so we're not going to go do another quest because it's too late, but we are going to go run around and try to find some honey, get as much cloth or cotton as we can, any chrysanthemum or goldenrod we find we're going to grab, because we need that for cooking here soon. And the cotton is just good because we can make a ton of bandages. And if you didn't notice, in this one, just regular bandages are better than just stopping you from bleeding. It actually heals you for, I think it's 5 or 6. Nice, honey. Alright, so we got our honey. So our infection is taken care of. We got almost 4 minutes on a sprain. And then we will be back to full functionality. Alright, so we are going to go ahead and go through here and start looting everything, because we did not loot everything as we cleared it. I mean, we looted a good amount, or a decent amount, but not all of it. So we're going to go ahead and loot everything we can. And hopefully that'll pass a decent amount of the evening. But yeah, we're not going to go out running the streets at night because it is way too dangerous. Alright, but one other thing about this mod that I have not mentioned that is kind of cool is as we're going around, we will find cassette tapes. And those cassette tapes, once we get a Walkman and headphones, we can put that mod into our helmet mod, or helmet, and it will allow us to play music. Once we have a full set, there's I think 3 or 4 sets. Each set, once you complete it, gives you a buff for listening to it. There's a mining one. There is a stamina one. I think there's a damage one. I don't remember exactly what all there is, but get up here and drop this stuff off. And then we'll go finish looting. We're definitely going to need to get this stuff organized a little bit better. But for now, we're just going to toss it in wherever. Eventually, I also want to get actual loot boxes because there are... I can't remember which one it is, but there are some that are absolutely huge storage capacity. We'll be back for that burner because that works great for cooking certain things because we can do it without fuel. We should have all of that. Alright, let's go sell this stuff, and then I'll bring you guys back in the morning when we're ready to go clear out more POIs. Alright, so we made it through the night, and now it's time to go clear the next POI. Oh. Alright, and there is the morning chime, so they're no longer running. I really want to find another vending machine that works so that we can have another source of distilled water. Right now we're able to get 2 per day, and I am doing basically when I'm thirsty I'm drinking their murky water, and if I get dysentery, then I drink a distilled water to cure that dysentery and finish out the hydration process. Not the best way of doing it, but it is an effective way of doing it. Because distilled water will clear up, I think it's 20%. I don't really see anything out there. Oh, hello. Alright, so that's one more down. We're up to 1.1% done. We are slowly getting there. I am not by any means going to rush through this because I want this to be a fun but also as death-free as possible run through this mod. I don't want to have 600 deaths by the time we're done. I don't think that would be considered a victory of the mod. I I mean, we had a fair few deaths over in Darkness Falls in this past series, but I don't think it was an excessive number. We had a decent amount, but not an excessive number. I'd like to get that reduced in this one, and then especially when we revisit Darkness Falls and increase some of the things like the amount of zombies in Horde Nights and things like that. Alright, so we're up to 1,800 bucks. That is awesome. We did come over here throughout the night and got the distilled water. That's why I didn't go back in and get it. Let's go over here to this solar farm. That doesn't sound good. That sounded like a spider. See if we can get a stop. Nope. At least down. There we go. There we go. I don't like the spiders. Alright, so Mr. Green Hands there. I think he does radiation damage, but I'm not positive. But I think any of the glowing hands can actually knock you down and ragdoll you, so I do not want to get hit by them. Nothing great there. Alright. Should be just about done. I see one of them down here. There we go. Oh, he hit me. Alright, and we are done. So it's one more down. So I will bring you guys back when we get to the next POI. I think we're going to have to go deeper into the town to find it, but I'll meet up with you guys when we get there. Alright, we found one. Looks like a little service shop. Let's go ahead and get this wolf down. At least we get some meat from it. Alright, none of those worked, but there's a shredder here. We don't necessarily need it because we have the trader compound right beside us, but I don't want to have to go over there every time we want to do something, so it'd be nice to have one at home. Let's take our time. Alright. Ooh. Too bad that's not repairable. We were going to take these because they, at least they used to sell for a lot. Alright. Should be the last couple in here. Got one upstairs somewhere. Alright, nice. A workbench too. And that just gave us the pliers. I think we have all the weapons, all the tools we need, the hammer and pliers and the screwdriver now. We might not have the screwdriver. We'll have to check at home. Alright, but we're going to go ahead and head home, drop some stuff off, and then we're going to come back out this way. So I'll meet up with you guys when we get to the next... Ooh, chicken. We're going to need 3 of those eventually. Alright, I'll bring you guys back when we get to the next POI. Alright, found a Buzz's Bar. This place is usually pretty decent, so let's go ahead and clear this out. I haven't seen any, and maybe it's just because I don't know what I'm looking for, but I don't think I've seen any tier 0s yet. But these tier 1s are definitely going to help us progress a little bit further. Nice cooking grill. So now we have the grill, the pot, and the well, we don't have a stovetop cooker yet, but we will. Alright, let's see if this has a tank. No. I think we can take it apart and have a chance for a tank as well. That's that cassette I was just talking about a little bit ago. Alright, let's see if we get a tank now. No, just some iron. I don't know why she woke up there before we got up there, but it is what it is, I guess. Alright, so this place is done. That was pretty quick and easy. Oh, and that was our first 75. So moving forward, each future supply drop will take an additional 5 zombies. So now the next one will take 80. And airdrops in this mod are different than in any other mod I've seen. Instead of it being just like opening any loot container, it takes 20 seconds to open an airdrop, and as soon as you get close enough, it spawns in either a bunch of zombies to go after it or a bunch of raiders to go after it. Either way, not fun. Early game because it's more difficult, but it's doable. You just have to be careful. So let's go ahead and take down, I think, yeah, this is Woodle Coffee here, isn't it? Nice, another. Ouch. Alright, so this place is done. Yeah, I think this is Woodle Coffee. I try to pay attention when I get outside. One of these, because there's two of them back, like catty corner from each other. One of them's Woodle Coffee and one of them is not. I think this is Woodle. Alright, so here comes all the zombies. Apparently I can't aim. Let's get around there and make sure nobody's beating on. Yeah, so they'll beat on the box and destroy it, and then you get nothing. Alright, take advantage of the double damage real quick. You guys are all dead. Yeah, let's go kill these guys real quick. It takes way too long to try to quickly loot it and run. There we go. Alright. Hopefully something good. Usually there's a decent amount of cash, some food, things like that in here, so hopefully we get something good in it. Almost there. Yeah. Drink, food, $1,200. Bunch of DNA boost, so we're gonna have to get a injector. We have 4 charisma boosts, so that'll help us be able to get the NPCs and dogs on our side, because we have to have our charisma up to a certain level to be able to do that. Alright, I think shoes are the least modded one, so we'll just throw both of those on there for now. We got a Twinkie, which gives us Berserker mode. Yeah, I think it's the other one. The one over there that we went to first is Woodle Coffee. Alright, but we're going to have to head home. Well, we're going to clear this place, but then we're going to have to head home and drop stuff off because we are far too over encumbered. Ouch. I hate when they do this. Oh, what the hell? There we go. Alright. Yeah, I hate when they do that spin or the forward staggering. Alright, let's go ahead and get home and drop stuff off. And then we'll figure out what we're going to do. Alright guys, wish me luck. We're going to do a 2 skull. I believe this is a 2. Yep, it's a 2 skull. Ooh, a forge. Let's get this started. Yeah, we probably should stay away from these higher level one. Well, not really higher level, but the multiple skull locations to avoid death. But I'm not the smartest man around, so I'm not sure when we get the, I think it's like 25% we get, or maybe it's 15%, I don't know. But once we get a certain percentage done, it'll actually show us all the tier 0s and 1s, which will be nice because then we can, you know, like look at the map and find like clusters and go do. For now, we're just going to drive around and find POIs that look like they'll be easy or fun to do. And then we're going to do them. Alright, this area here is going to probably be the hardest part because it's the most difficult to avoid damage because it's such tight, confined spaces. But we will do our best. Alright, let's go into, and we'll at least get him on fire and do a little bit of damage for us. And then we'll keep the other one down there until we're ready. There we go. Nice. Alright, and the next room is going to be the most difficult of all of them, just because I think there's like 4 of them. Usually one of them's a cop, and it is very confined. And if we open, or if we hit the key and open the door, then it opens the door for other area, or for the other area as well. So we could possibly have to deal with them. So we don't really want to do that. So I'm going to try and bring them to that center area and take care of them here. But oh, I got stuck. And I got a concussion. Awesome. Alright, let's get you dead. Nice. Alright. Can't open the gun safe yet. Those are actually pretty good for storage as well, but we don't have the ability. I don't know if these lockers are any good or not. We might have to check those out. Alright. We got, I think 3 or 4. Yeah, it says 4. So these 2, there's usually 2 above the ramp here in that secret stash, yeah, in there. And I think that should be just about it. Yep, there we go. Alright, so the fact that we are picking up so much loot from all these places, we are having to run back home basically almost after every single POI clear, for now at least. Once we get a vehicle besides the bike that we can roll with, it will be a little bit easier, because we'll be able to do multiple at one time. But we're gonna have to find a vehicle that we want and then start breaking down everything else to get the parts for it. Alright, but we're gonna head back home and then I will figure out what we're gonna do from there. Alright, so we made it home. We have our workbench done. We have our forge placed. We have our shredder placed. So things are definitely coming along. We also have the burner placed, and we have a set of lockers. They are pretty good for storage. So at this point, we are just basically going to organize our inventory and get everything situated for the evening and get ready for tomorrow. So if you enjoyed the video, please click that like button. If you'd like to see more, click subscribe. And until next time, have a good one.